Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna bring you up to speed real quick. Okay, so we have pretty much closed down the equipment phase of the investigation. We're doing something we've never done tonight. We have never used anybody with psychic abilities or that's sensitive. Tonight, one of our members, Deborah, has these abilities, and we're allowing her to do this reading tonight. So that's what we're doing right now, and she's doing the initial walkthrough of.
Nothing new yet.
Okay.
The room pod was going off a little bit in that front room. We're not getting much on SOS. I'm getting some EVP work. Some stuff coming to the spirit box.
And the spirit said my name.
Last time we were here, the spirit said Issa's name is. We've had it come through about 5 times since we've been here.
There's Deborah, and we're doing our reading.
Oh, that's son's name.
There's really nothing to listen to right yet. She's just getting acclimated to the building. So what are you feeling right now, Deborah? Is it like just the heaviness still?
And it's right here. I feel heaviness and I feel a little chills. But this is right walking through the house. This really is basically the only place I have felt it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it an adult present, child present?
I can't tell. I'm not that
Intuitive yet?
no. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I definitely feel
The energies?
yes, energy. Yes. Usually it starts from my arms, but right now it's right down here. But the minute I walked into that room, I didn't feel anything. It was lighter air. I didn't feel anything. And then I think the air conditioner vents are better too back here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little cooler. So.
Does it change when you come in here?
It's lighter. The heaviness
Mm-hmm.
is in there. And I felt it the minute that I walked through the door. The tingling's still there, but not as much as it is in here.
Do you feel like it maybe is confined to in here, that it can't come through here?
Ooh. I don't know. Not so much, but when I walked into the other room,
Mm-hmm.
it vanished. It did nothing, but I feel something here. And it comes and goes.
Like comes and goes, like in
Like
waves,
right
or
now, yeah, like right now it's not as strong, but now it's coming back a little bit. Not as strong as it was when I walked in the door 10 seconds ago.
So whatever it is, energy actually moves around in the room.
It feels like just like I'll have energy with the tingling, and then it just fades away, and then it will come back. And whether or not something's passing, or it's just me, I don't know. Because right now I don't feel anything except heaviness. So what's the story on the house?
That's Mary. She's the homeowner.
Hey.
She grew up here, and well, in a nutshell, there's the energy. The child spirit is messing with her grandchild, and it's time to go, huh, Mary?
Have you saged and everything?
Oh yeah, I sage, I do my prayers, I've done holy water.
Have you had the salt on the doors?
No.
Supposedly, and if you put salt on the top of your doors jams, that will help. It's right now I don't feel anything.
So I've seen and heard things. My daughter has seen things. My grandson has seen things. Some of the things that you have said, yes, in the kitchen where you're at, by the area that you were saying, there's feelings there. Now the area from this doorway, this entrance right here, it's usually a feeling. The bedroom is where this bedroom right here is where the
Alright, I heard something back here.
yes. Megan is working. I have had
Is anybody in here?
another friend of mine. We walked in.
Hello?
And the same, not the heaviness that you were explaining, but it's something that happened.
Alright, Mary was in there just telling Deborah what happened. It sounded like something stepped back here. It wasn't over here, it was over here. It's like just one footstep. It wasn't like two or three, it was just like a shifting of a weight or something.
But it could be a simple explanation is the air conditioner vents. I mean, it was a definite change in temperature.
Again, this is a
See, I feel that
first for us.
on my chest.
Mine's right.
When I get a heavy feel, it's like a pressure right here. It pushes in on me.
Yes.
And the majority of the time is when I go into that room.
Yeah. And I've had pictures that was taken, so in different areas of the house, outside and like that. So I grew up in this house. My kids have too, and my grandbabies. So one is with me more than the others. So that one sees, and we don't talk about
Right.
ghosts or spirits in front of him.
They're filtered.
But he saw it.
Their filters down there.
He saw it, he cried, and he's only 3. So there's something in here and I got pretty mad at it, so I told him to needed to leave. Leave my grandson alone. Leave my grandson alone. So, but yeah, so, yeah. I don't know what else you need to know as in, I've heard it talk, people have
Oh, you
heard it
have?
talk. Yeah, it's a man and a woman.
See, I feel something right now. Just creepy things. What kind of words did they say?
They have conversation.
Really?
Yeah, I've had a recorder.
I think you must be calling them. They must, I don't know, this is my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about them, so.
I don't call them.
I mean, but you're telling me about them,
Yeah.
so I think they must
They're-
like it, that
Yeah,
they're
they're
talking
part of
about
me.
it,
Yeah, they're part of me.
because it just
Well, I'm
went.
part of them.
Yeah.
I've had my friends, the same person that felt the same thing that I felt at the same time. we were sitting outside on the porch, his wife and I and him, and we're sitting outside, and I have not said nothing about the voices that I heard. And it's woke me up, matter of fact. We were sitting outside, and he turned around like, I said, "Did you hear something?" He said, "I heard a woman and a man talking in the house. No TV, nobody was inside." I said, "You hear the same thing that I hear." So I'm glad I wasn't being crazy. So mark that one off. But yeah, that's so. And they have woken me up. I've had a recorder on, and I've heard someone walking with chains, if that makes sense.
So you can't tell what time period that these people are in.
Oh, they're all different. Oh yeah, so my daughter has seen the little boy and the man. The little boy is wearing the old school overall shorts. I'm thinking about the early 1900s. The man's tall, slender, bearded, top hat, with I call it a duster, but it's, a jacket. I haven't, and then my mom has seen things here when she lived here. My stepdad has seen a little boy running, laying on a tricycle, the little old school 3-wheel, whatever. So yeah, there's a lot of things that's happened, and it's gotten so overwhelmed that I normally don't call my mom and say, "Hey mom, can you come here?" Cause I'm having, it's really bad. But I did that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, before I got here, were y'all walking in that front room with the flashlight?
Mm-mm. No, I mean, my flashlight might have been
Well, no,
pointing that direction.
I actually pulled up to the house there. When I backed up, the house was dark and a light went through that front room.
Really?
That's how I figured this was the house that y'all were in. I figured somebody had gone through the house.
That you're watching a cat burglar.
Yeah, so it's that room. I don't feel nothing. It's
safe room.
that's the safe room, and the middle room is my safe room. I can sleep in the middle room, and I'm cool. I was sitting in there, and I was like, we could stay in here all day long. I don't care.
Is this room original to the original building, or is that
So from this room back is not the original. So the entranceway going into the middle room, that used to be the back door.
That's what I thought.
Where the stove is, where Leslie is, that's where the side door was.
Right, I would be telling this.
Yeah. So from this flooring back, the middle room on.
So where the floors differentiate,
Yeah.
this is addition.
Yes.
Okay.
When they moved it, I guess they added this. So this house was not originally on this property. All 4 of these homes were old field homes. This was the living quarters, I think, one of the living quarters. So my mom believes the property is spiritual on the land.
So she believes that this land is spiritual?
Yeah.
So that could explain a little bit of the psychic thing, because it goes, a lot of people, how you say we have renovations to homes, and you'll see somebody walked through the door, or they're walking through a wall. That spirit doesn't see that wall; they actually still see the door. So if you're not feeling anything over there, these spirits might still see the wall right here, and they're not going back here. Or, and if they're coming back to this room right over here, and they're not coming through here, is because they're actually going through the back door, and they're coming back in and out of the original house. So if those spirits are captured here before this addition, they don't see this addition. They still see the original structure.
Right.
So when they're going through that door,
this house wasn't here. It was all 4 of these houses were on out on the road. It's going towards Governor's Road, on the back road, not on the 9 or whatever further road. So all 4 of these homes were not here. They brought these, and so I don't know if something happened on this property.
it could be something as simple as Because there's more than just one type of ghost. There's not when somebody says I have a ghost, people think, oh, a ghost is a ghost is a ghost. That's not true. You can have what's called an intelligent haunting, which is a ghost that knows it is dead and knows what it is and knows you're here. And they see everything in the real world, real time, what they would say. Then you have what's called a residual haunting. And residual hauntings are nothing more than a trapped energy. It's a movie that's going to keep playing and playing and playing. So say like you're sitting here, and every night around midnight or therefore, you hear a little boy laughing in this room, and then an hour later you see the little shadow run out, and it dissipates right around here. That's residual. That's not an intelligent haunting. It's not an intelligent being. It's not even an actual entity. It's a trapped energy that plays like a movie. And what happens is that something triggers it, whether it's an emotional trigger, or it's an energy type trigger, or it's on a timer, that energy was trapped in, like, it could be, through something happy, something sorrowful. I mean, it might have been a Christmas morning, I'm going to go see Santa Claus. And the energy just blasted out like a grenade and embedded on the entire room. And from here to here, his energy just shot out like a wildfire. But when he got 3 steps over, the energy blast was gone. And now his energy is trapped right here, and it keeps playing. And then you have poltergeists. Poltergeists are nothing nice.
Right. We heard what they said that one time.
Right.
Remember when it said, I believe one of us asked, well, what are y'all? And they said poltergeist. And I was like,
right. And that right there, you have the...
So are they playing games with us?
It very well could be. It could be an intelligent haunting, and it just wants to have fun. And
Playing games?
yeah, it's like a
Games.
it's like a 7-year-old, but he has a temper tantrum,
In my list of words
and
earlier.
you're not giving him the attention he wants.
Moved away.
So, well, if you're not going to give me the attention I want, well,
Get out.
there, I just broke the glass. I'm going to get in trouble, but I'm still going to get the attention I want.
When Mary was talking,
So
telling you about
when
the
it
house,
tells you,
words
what are you
for
here? Oh, I'm a poltergeist. Oh my goodness, that's right. I want you to be scared of me, because I'm something tough.
Right.
It's like it's the smallest dog that barks the loudest.
Yeah, games
So-
came up earlier.
It could be a number of things, and that's when she said that she felt the energies here, but not over there.
It's supposed to be-
And then I was in there earlier and I was walking. I noticed the flooring is different,
When the energy
so that's why I
starts to
asked if this
it
is
will
new.
put out the words.
Well, not like we didn't add it on. It was already
Right,
added.
right.
It's just
When we
that
moved
you
in.
get on your phone.
I mean,
I've
you can
had it
tell
when we were out at
the-
Silsbee.
that appears to be like 100-year construction. That's probably
Leslie's phone with
the
it.
last 60 years. I mean,
On it,
they probably
I
added on in the
out.
30s.
And within a
Um,
couple minutes, we
but
both
When you get into some of these older homes versus the newer
had the
homes,
same exact word.
the older homes, and I don't understand it, like the 1900s, 20s and everything, they're built more structurally sound than, like, say, a house in 1965 or 1985.
But there are some things that can
One, they were building because
that actually do.
back then our grandparents said, you know what,
and, you know,
we're going to build just temporary. When they built, they built.
Right.
And that's where that was going to be it forever.
It's got a little,
But,
it's got a little groove here.
So have y'all seen anything this time besides what?
So far, the only thing that I've really
It's a,
experienced so far are just some odd noises. I don't know. She's using the phone app. When me and Leslie we stayed a week at the Menger Hotel and we did that app. I'm skeptical of those apps because what they do is it's sucking energy, not energy, but it's tapped into the internet. And your phone is locked in on location. And it's an entertainment application. And like when we were up there, I walked over by the King Ranch suite where Richard Ranch lived. You know, he bought that room at the Menger Hotel. He lived there. His furniture that he bought is still in that room. He died in that room. And in the hallway that was there was different. That's why they say see him walking through the walls, because that hallway was actually part of the giant suite. Well, when I sat there and by the room, we get industrial, steamboat, ranch, cowboy, you know, and I'm like, wow. At first we were like, oh my God, you know, it's talking to me. Because he got his start off as a steamboat captain. And then he got into the ranching business. And next thing you know, he owned like 3/4 of Texas. I exaggerate, but you know, King Ranch is huge. And then, you know, when we got back from the Menger, I started looking into these apps. And she's like, you know what? These things, read this. And I read this article. And it was a lot of these people in the paranormal field like, look, yes, it can be manipulated from spirits, but this is an entertainment application. What it does is the phone constantly reads your location. And when it's reading your location, it's tapped into the internet. So it knows everything about the location you're at. And so the phone was actually giving us what we wanted to hear. And we would go down by the Mae West room and we would get actress, theater, famous, and I'm like, I'll be. It can distinguish 200 feet.
So you think it's manipulated? The app was manipulated?
I'm still very skeptical about the integrity of the system, because it is an entertainment program. Just like this, you know, we went to Silsby and we swore up and down. We knew, oh yeah, it's the boogeyman. We got the boogeyman. And then we went back like four months later, and we did the investigation of the house at night, and we started reading the chairs. And I was like, wait a minute, it's always reading the chair as it's sitting down. So I was like, well, maybe because it's leather, the matrix is coming off the leather, bouncing off, hitting me, and mirroring it. So it's actually reading me.
Okay.
So I said, you know what, let's put a blanket over the chair. So what we did, we blanketed the chair, but we pushed it down in there. And we pulled back in, and we watched the chair again. Let me set this thing out. We put the blanket in, we shoved the blanket in like that, and we videoed it again. And there was a figure again. And I'm like, okay, something's not right, because when we would walk up and we would do like this, my hand would pass behind the image, and it wouldn't be in front of or through, it'd go behind it. So I was like, you know what, let's mushroom it out. So we took it, we fluffed it out, and we wouldn't allow the chair to maintain a form. It's just like a big blob. Gone. And I was like, you know what it's doing? It's reading, here's the shoulders, here's the spines, it's sounding the spines, here's the hips, here's the knees, and it puts the head on there. And when we told that homeowner, look, it's not. Oh, he wasn't happy at all. Oh no.
Well, you know, you're talking the Menger. First time I was there, I just joined the Central Texas Paranormal people. I didn't really know them.
Mm-hmm.
They were there with everything, and they went up to the King room and left, and I walked up, and you're talking about that little alcove right
The
there.
little hallway.
Oh my gosh. I came out and I was going, wait, come back. Something's here.
Yeah, because like when you go through that little hallway, that was the original door.
Okay.
That wall that goes there,
Yeah.
that wasn't there. That's new construction. That was part of the
It's right
the
there
room.
under the stairwell, almost when it goes under the stairwell. Yeah, that was a lot of activity there. And I went on that ghost tour. I like to go on them mainly for historical research. And the first thing they do there is go, who has felt anything in the hotel. And they didn't say where. And this couple said, we're in this suite down here, and started talking about somebody sitting on the bed, all the noise. Well, it was the king room. And I want to go into the king room. I'd like to stay there. I stayed in the Getty's,
The Gettysburg?
bed at Gettysburg, in whatever room was supposed to be haunted. And I was so disappointed because nothing happened until the last day. And I was sitting on the bed reading, and my husband's in the other room, and the pillow just went. I mean, it wasn't like,
That's like happened to me and her. We went to the Galvez,
uh-huh.
and we got room 507. Because like when we did the ghost tour, she said there was a 501, 3, 5, and 7 was one giant suite where the lady was that committed suicide. So I said, well, let's get 507. Now, I miscounted because I actually wanted 505. But we got 507. And we took our SLS, we took our EVPs, we took all the stuff down there. She said she actually heard something, like something scratching, when we sat down and we left the room and came back in. Well, all night long, the only thing we caught was a buzz. So we come back. Yeah, so like 3:30.
The adult buzz.
Yes.
There's
So about,
really, really good drinks at that
so
hotel.
about 3:30 that morning, we come in. I'm showering, and what I normally do is I take a towel and I put it over top of the rack, and I'm bathing. And next thing I know, I hear this. I look, my towel's gone. It didn't drop. It was thrown across the room and it was against the wall on the other side of the bathroom. I'm like,
There's a difference of natural things.
yes.
Like a towel sliding off or a pillow just falling when it's got force.
I was like, well, that's what we came here for.
Yeah. I looked
And
at
I
the pillow.
kind of told her, she goes, why does everything happen to you?
Well,
It was
I
like
looked at the pillow and I go, could you do that again? But I had an experience in Gettysburg with the dowsing rods, which I'd never had before, which was very interesting. And I'm a believer in that now. And I never really would have touched them before. But went to a murder house and that was very interesting.
So now that I'm changing the subject
That's
real
okay.
quick. Now that the conversation has gotten real light, do you feel a difference in the pressure in the house?
No, a little bit, but the tingling will come, and like right now, right in this spot, I feel it. And the heaviness has not gone away completely. It almost felt like at some point when we were talking that somebody had my skin going like this, just a little bit.
Is it more of like, is it like a consoling,
No,
I'm here, or it's just,
it's almost like a gravity pull. Because when I felt my cheeks kind of go down, it's like the gravity, like a thing. But it's more like I guess you could call it a hug, but you don't feel it hug. It just felt like something sat down.
I understand.
Let's see, like right now, I don't feel anything. Right over there, I did.
Yeah, sometimes it comes through and there's some of the words do tie in, and then other times it goes crazy.
Okay. What I'm doing is I want to check. Can this magnetic field and triometric? Try the radio waves. Oh wow, there is a huge presence right here. This is not the wall, it's right here. It's like standing right here. You see,
Are you
if-
feeling pressure in your stomach way down?
see if it was mechanical, this should be pinged out. It's only at 2 right now. But
Oh yeah.
see it's nowhere near the wall. It's actually
Look at that.
wow.
So with different people having different senses,
That is pinged all
I'm
the way
sure.
up.
I call me a baby sensitive. I didn't know I was sensitive till I went on a ghost hunt. But I've just, my mother used to take me on ghost hunts when I was a little bitty, tiny. And
so like I felt really nauseous right there.
when I was in,
That high EMF field will make you feel that way.
I'm very.
and don't you find that Eagle will do that too? When I was in,
Look at this, like,
Salem,
it is completely pinged out.
sensors, like it. When I was in Salem, I could go into different places and feel nauseous. Or,
I'll show you like this. Look at it, it's bouncing everywhere.
have you ever asked them to talk to you?
Who you asking?
Oh, anybody?
Oh yeah, we've had some hits. We've had it to where it would, look at that, it just went from 2. It's right on top of you.
Yeah, I feel him.
Wow. What in the world?
Y'all have your recorders on?
Y'all have the
There's one in that big one right here.
Is it on?
let's see.
I'll turn it on.
Will you talk to us? Will you talk to us?
Try one more.
Huge ball of light just started right about the top of the cabinet and slowly came down over here. Can you talk to us?
Oh wow.
Let us know that you're here. Show us.
Right there.
Alright, let's see.
Right there.
It's pinging pretty hard. It's bouncing everywhere. They just said they seen shadows over here. So, ooh, I feel dizzy. I just felt like a little dizzy and vertigo in that living room. Can you make a noise? Can you make this sound right here? Can you make a noise? Can you knock on the wall?
I have the word Connor.
Connor?
Connor.
Could be a boy's name or a last name.
Connor. You recognize that name?
We ain't talking about last year, first grade.
You know, it's funny. Is it said Colin in that back room, and yeah, Connor's little brother's name is Colin. I have been Colin on here.
Alright. So, I'm gonna wrap this up and come back in a little bit.